Kentucky's Louisville Metro Police Department is firing one of the police officers involved in the shooting death of 26-year-old Breonna Taylor, saying that Brett Hankison displayed an extreme indifference to the value of human life.
Mayor Greg Fisher announced Friday morning that the Louisville police chief has started termination procedures against Hankison.
Hankison is one of 3 officers who entered Taylor's apartment around 1 a.m. on March 13 to execute a no-knock warrant. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who was also in the apartment, believed the officers to be intruders, his attorney has said. He's a licensed gun owner and fired his weapon, hitting an officer in the leg.
Officers shot back, hitting Taylor 8 times, killing her.
Citing a Kentucky law, Fisher said he couldn't elaborate further on Hankison's firing. Nor did he mention the fate of the 2 other officers, Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly and Miles Cosgrove, who are on administrative leave.
Chief Rob Schroeder said in a pre-termination letter made public Friday said that Hankison wantonly and blindly fired 10 rounds into Taylor's apartment.
I find your conduct a shock to the conscience, Schroeder wrote in the letter. He said Hankison has never been trained by the department to use deadly force in this fashion.
Earlier this month, the Louisville Metro Council unanimously passed a law that bans no-knock warrants. It was named Breonna's Law.
Though Taylor died in March, her death became a rallying point in protests that continue around the country, which were sparked by the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis.
Louisville has seen 22 straight nights of protests calling for justice for Taylor and Floyd, as WFPL reported. In the early morning hours ahead of Friday's announcement, police and protesters clashed, and the NPR member station reported that 56 people were arrested.
Earlier this month, David McAdie, a black man, was shot by the Kentucky National Guard as it was working with police to converge on a crowd gathered after curfew.
On Friday, activists and organizers praised Hankison's termination but still raised questions about his fellow officers.
This is not only justice for Breonna's family, this is justice for the protesters, who are also victims of police terrorism. While we are still perplexed why the other officers haven't been fired, we know that is still coming, Chanel Helm, a lead organizer with Black Lives Matter Louisville, said in a statement.
Hankison is allowed to appeal his termination, as WFPL reported.
Kentucky's Attorney General has an ongoing investigation but hasn't indicated when he will make a decision about possible charges.
It also comes as sexual misconduct allegations against Hankison emerge.
2 women have publicly accused Hankison of sexual assault through social media posts, as WFPL has reported. The Louisville Courier-Journal added that at least 2 sexual misconduct complaints were filed against Hankison while he served in law enforcement.